Hi, my name is Angus Ho with Daddy Dad, a part of the Ash Management Group. I want to show how you can budget as a full-time engineer, make real estate investments, and live an exceptional family life as a dad. So come along with me in this journey of wealth. If you had won the lottery, would you know how you would spend it? Would you spend it like the everyday Joe, inflate your life, buy all your wants, help others out with your money? Or would you want to spend it like the 1%? Well, let's see what the 1% would do with their money and how they would manage it. Remember, if you can manage your money like the 1%, you will reach that dream house sooner, travel the world, and be financially independent, retire early sooner. Managing your money smarter is part of the ASH method of S for save. It will require grit to accomplish this. Only 1% of all people make it, so are you up for the challenge? Poor people, when they have money, will spend it, live paycheck to paycheck. Poor people will have bills for things like a house, 2 or 3 car loans, 3 phone bills, cable, gym membership, Netflix subscription, Amazon Prime, and before you know it, 75% of your income has already been gone to fixed expenses. Then, the variable expenses like groceries, entertainment, and eating out will take up the remaining 25%. So that is why poor people will stay poor, because they mismanage their money right off the bat. Rich people will spend their money and save their money. Every month, they will spend 50% of their income and save the rest of their income. Saving money can give you freedom because if an emergency was to happen, you won't need to worry about as much because you have a rainy day fund. Saving not only gives you financial freedom, but also financial security. This happens when you saved enough that not only is your emergency fund covered, but also you have enough to start investing. Once you have enough invested, then you can start taking calculated risks. Risks in your job, risks with a part of your investments, and even risks in starting your own business. So, poor people spend their money. Rich people spend and save their money. Really rich people spend, save, and invest their money. I made a video on my 5 best ways to invest $1,000 during a crisis. This doesn't need to apply to just a crisis, but any time. Investing can mean more than just investing your money, but also in yourself by education. Really rich people understand that you work hard to earn the money you have. Now you need to put the money you earn to work, such that your money is working for you by investing it. By investing your money, you can have higher investments returns. So we have the poor, we have the rich, we have the really rich, and the fourth thing that the 1% of people do that is the super rich is donate. I know what you're thinking. You're not super rich, and how can you ask me to donate? Donating is for millionaires who can make an impactful difference. Well, that's not true. Donating can start anytime. Donate anything and donate to anyone. Start today or in the future when you have your finances in a much better position. You can donate your money, but also donating your time is important as well. Then you can donate to anyone that you are passionate for. There might be a program at your local gym that you want to donate to. For me personally, I donate to my church, and that makes me feel good about myself. I guarantee that anybody can do it because I'm doing that, and I'm just an everyday dad, working hard as an engineer, budgeting and staying out of debt every day. Now, I'm using the ASH method to invest in houses and the stock market. Now that we know how the 1% spends their money, I want to spend some time talking about how the 1% allocates their money. The super rich helps out people like me with the dislike trolls. That's right, by smashing that like button, you will zap away those trolls. Like this dislike troll, this dislike troll, this dislike troll, this dislike troll, and that dislike troll. I hope you smashed that like button, and thanks for helping me out. It means a lot to me if you smash that like button to help me in this attack of dislike trolls. Like I was saying, the super rich will put their money in 5 different buckets. The first of which is your spending bucket. The spending bucket is for things like your mortgage, buying things you need to live on, your needs to survive. The second bucket is for emergencies. There is much debate over how much you need to save up for. One of Dave Ramsey's baby steps is to save a $1,000 emergency fund. There are others that say you should have 3 months' salary saved up. What I would do is have both. Have an emergency fund that if your furnace breaks down or your appliance breaks down or you get a flat tire, that you can cover those expenses because they can happen in the worst of times. Then I would also calculate how much money you need if the worst case scenario would happen. Armageddon! That is, everyone loses their job, all rentals go vacant, no sources of income, and all expenses still need to be paid. At this point, I have enough saved up to last us 2 years. Then the third bucket is investment. Like I said before, it is so important to have money to invest. Make sure you allocate some money to make that money work for you. This is one of the most important things to do if you want to be in the top 1% of people who manage their money. The fourth bucket is learning. It is so important to keep learning, upgrading yourself, and keeping up to date with the trends, the laws, and any new products out there. Another very important area to invest in to be like the 1%. The last bucket is fun. Of course, what is the point of making money if you can't enjoy some of it? This category is for sushi that you've been craving, movie night out, trip to the amusement park, to buy designer things. This category is the easiest one to spend your money on. That is why you need to keep your eye on it and budget accordingly. On Amazon, there is a book called Manage Your Money Like the 1%, a step-by-step guide to manage your money. I highly recommend this book as it gives you another reference guide to managing your money better. One of the steps that this book talks about is to stop the bleeding. Therefore, I want to create a step-by-step guide for you today on how to stop the bleeding so that you can get back on track. Step number 1, track your expenses and budget. I made a video before about budgeting tools you can use to help track your expenses and budget. It's very important to do this and revisit this every month. If you go over budget, understand why. Are you spending too much, or is it your budget too small? Be honest with yourself and make sure you benchmark that with what the average person would do. Tracking your expenses and budgeting is a routine thing, so make sure you do it frequently, like every month. No matter how tough it is to see those numbers, face it now or face it later when it's out of control. It's up to you. Step number 2, pay off your high interest rate debt. My next step is to pay off your high interest rate debts. Paying off your debts is such a relieving feeling because you will not be owing anybody money anymore. You won't be getting that constant bill to pay back the money you spent or owe. It'll be like not being on someone's book and having a money collector chasing you constantly. Now, I want to describe 2 strategies that will help you pay down your debt. I also made a more in-depth video on how to pay down your debt faster. The first method is called the avalanche method. This method is where you pay off the highest interest rate first and as fast as you can so that you don't keep accumulating interest and more debt. If at all possible, it is best if you can consolidate all your debt into something that has a super low interest rate. The next method is the debt snowball method. This method is where you pay the smallest debt first and make your way to the largest debt. You might be thinking, this doesn't make sense. The smallest debt is a lower interest rate and I would be racking up so much debt still. This method is definitely a mindset thing where you just get started paying off one debt after another. It's like going to the gym. You need to start with lighter weights before making yourself do heavier weights. Also, the chances are that your smaller debts are actually your highest interest rates anyways. Like a credit card debt is 20 to 30%, a car loan is at around 5 to 7%, and your mortgage is between 2 to 5%. Whichever method works best, make sure you pay down that debt as soon as possible. If you can do all these things, you'll be at a whole new level like me, where I can run a side company that manages over $3 million in properties. I can travel the world with my wife every year and live in a 2,000 square feet house. Now, I'm 90% plus of the way there to becoming a millionaire. I hope you enjoyed this video on how to manage your money like the 1%. As always, join me at the Daddy Debt Facebook group to talk about your finance questions. Ask the YouTube community your questions by commenting below. If you like to hear more budgeting, engineering, or real estate tips, please leave a comment for what you want to hear, smash that like button, subscribe button, and be sure to hit that notification bell so you'll be the first to know when I post new videos every week on Sundays. From the Ash Management Group, this is Daddy Debt, saving you money.